Did you get a picture yet?
Yeah. Jason Baker here with Rise Real Estate. Good morning. It's almost afternoon now. It is Monday. And this morning I walked into the office and I saw Meredith, one of our amazing agents on our team, type it while we were supposed to be calling back the leads from last night that we got overnight, typing away on something that didn't look like our CRM called Brivity that we use. So I go, what is that? And she goes, oh, I'm ordering a home inspection. I go, Meredith, what are you doing? And she goes, I'm ordering a home inspection. I said, but why? Well, it's quicker. I said, oh, it's really quicker. Okay, if you bounce forward like 8 steps before that, happens in our auto plan or our flow chart. In doing that, I said, we've got 4 admin back there that can do that for you. Yeah, but we so often want to do the administrative side of our transactions. And so the message of today was, how do I help my agents or agents in the local market understand the importance of constantly focusing on increasing your hourly rate? Now, some people are like, and I'm going to explain what I mean by that. Nothing is more important as an agent, okay, than helping more people by focusing on reaching more of them. Your job, your license says real estate salesperson. It doesn't say coffee drinker or unproductive human, all that. It doesn't say that on there. It says real estate salesperson. So naturally, since that's what the Department of Licensing calls us, should we not act the part, or at least understand it? Nowhere on there does it say you have to be pushy or anything like that, okay? But again, nothing's more important as an agent than focusing on helping or reaching more people. If you wholeheartedly believe you're the best agent for the job, which I believe you are or can be, and if you don't believe that, you should probably ask yourself why you don't believe that. Maybe it's training, maybe it's systems, maybe it's something. But wouldn't you want to be able to focus on those activities of going out and helping more people buy, sell, or invest in real estate and helping them create wealth in their life? Because ultimately, real estate is one of the very best. All the billionaires out there own a ton of real estate, right? Now, look, not everybody's goal should be to be a billionaire. I totally agree with that, and that's not my goal. But the fact of the matter is, of course, if my wife ever wanted to divorce me and a billionaire wanted to hit me up on, like, since I own a little farm in Florence on farmersonly.com, I might have to say, fine, just kidding. Or if Beth Dutton, like I told my wife, I said, if Beth Dutton comes and tracks me down, honey, I'm going to have to go on a date with her. Then she whacks me, but that's okay. So anyways, but whatever your motivation is, helping others, providing for your family, not wasting your God-given talent or some universe God-given talent or whatever you believe in. I don't think you're an amoeba that crawled out, on the ocean and then started walking around, by the way. But anyhow, that all being said, shouldn't you strive to quench the desire of helping other people or providing for your family or whatever your big why is? Do you even have a big why? You don't have to have one. Some people do it because they just want to win, I was probably that way when I was young, not that way now, but whatever it is, there's no right or wrong motivation per se, so long as it's ethical, right? So the first way to increase your hourly rate is to talk to more people on the daily about what it is you do. That you're in real estate. What you should not hide your business cards underneath of a cinder block. You should be out telling people what you do. Why not? You're great at it, right? So the first way to increase your hourly rate is tell more people about what you do, which leads to more appointments, right? And more buyer sales and more seller sales, okay, listings. We call it prospecting. Call it whatever you want. Call it lead gen. Call it providing for your family. Whatever you want. So, in the morning, each morning between the hours of, we get in around, we get in the morning and we make calls together and we role play a little bit together. And we're trying to talk to 15 or 20 people a day, mostly just calling back to leads that come in through the website over and over and over again. And they get a little annoying, but I guess I'd rather have a lead problem than a no lead problem. But anyway, we call them, the tens of leads that come in overnight or from the day before if we haven't been able to reach them. And we get through that. So we're trying to tell as many people as we can about what we do. Now, if you do that enough and you have enough of a lead source there, whether it's your center of influence or people whom you know, friends, family, etc., coworkers, you should start to run into a problem called having too much business. Okay, so our agents on our team definitely have a good amount of business, and so therefore it's impossible for them to do all of those transactions on their own and still be able to procure business at a very high rate. Um, so at this point in time or in your career, I should probably do a training on the evolution of my career. Um, it might put you to sleep, but it might be helpful for you as well. But anyway, add leverage. So leverage can come in many forms, and so the real estate gurus out there, I think it was Gary Keller said there's 191 things or tasks to perform to get a listing to closing successfully. So as a real estate agent, your job is to remove as many of these things as possible, which allows you to procure more business. So again, I ask a question at the seminars that I do or when I'm doing trainings. I said, is there anybody out there that intentionally is trying to make less money this year than last year? Close less transactions, help less people this year than last year? Answer should be no there. But anyway, showing property is one of the biggest things, and I tell my agents this over and over and over and over again. Showing properties is one of the most time-consuming things that we do in real estate. I run a listing business personally. I do not work with buyers. I delegate out all of my buyer transactions, and our agents put on our team structure is if I give you a client, again, because I don't show buyers, I only take listings. If you look in the MLS, I'm doing a few less deals per year as I hand more and more of my business off to my, our hardworking agents. I hand those off, and because my ultimate goal is to just be a coach. But anyways, showing property. This is likely one of the most time-consuming activities you can do. From a few months ago, being one of 20 offers to spending, that much time with buyers driving around to now, buyers are like, oh, we're going to get a deal, so we want to look at 4 times more inventory. It's becoming more and more, and has been for the last 3 years, a very, very time-consuming thing. And right now, there's a lot of indecision with rates and everything else. So try to get rid of that. I'm not saying don't work with buyers. I'm just saying trying to delegate that out too. So we on our team we have showing assistants, and so but you can if you're not on a team or you're a single agent or whatever else, or you're starting a team, go ahead and find someone even just like there in your brokerage that would go show properties for you. So we give $25 per door and 10% of the transaction, 10 to 15% of the transaction to the showing assistant. Showing assistant does not put their name on the deal. The buyer's agent does. But anyways, that's one way. Now, admin, like getting a listing going. So our admin probably do 150 to 160 of the 191 things. So our agents can go out there. So our agents don't have to pay that salary or worry about that, the hiring, training, and any of that. But our agents, like literally 89% of their time can be spent on going and finding another darn deal, calling back those leads, etc. However you do it, try to get an admin. Now, if you're just starting out and you can't afford 50, 60, 70, 80, $90,000 a year for an admin, find someone in your office who will process the file and make you look good to your client along the way. Okay. Coaching and mentoring. So when I first got in the business, I didn't get in the business till I think it was August full time, August 1st, 2013. Okay, that dates me a little bit. But anyways, and I didn't have any gray hair, by the way, at the time, and now I'm full of it. But it's one of those things where getting a coach so that they can show you. So I joined the Mike Ferry organization back in August 1st of 2013. It was very good. It taught me how to work the phones and call expires and for sale by owners. And that's not for everybody, but it also taught me how to be a better business person and everything else. And to this day, right now, I still coach with them. I also coach with Forward Coaching, and I also coach with Cheplack Coaching. So I have 3 real estate coaches holding me accountable to myself and to my agents. Okay. In one of the things that they said is to come from contribution. And so that's why this is one of the ways I chose to do that, is just to help you. So anyways, coaching and mentoring. So someone to show you how to be successful daily and hold you accountable to your goals that you state, okay, not that they state. Number 4, tech, having some great tech. I'm not a tech salesperson. I'm not a rep. I'm not selling any tech, but we use Brivity. And so I get nothing but for saying that. I'm not going to get $100 spiff if you go call them and sign up, but that's what we use. Okay, we use Mojo for outbound dialers, and we use Brivity dialers as well. So those are some things that I use to help us close as many transactions as we close. Okay, and then prospecting. So a lot of people hate that P word, and I get it. Believe me, I don't like picking up the phone every day either. I'd rather be sipping coffee or talking about a sports page in the newspaper or something like that. But really having someone showing property takes away 5 to 10 hours. The admin takes away another 5 to 10 hours. Coaching and mentoring speeds up my business times 10. The tech cuts my time in half that I have to spend on a transaction. And then finding someone to prospect for you or prospecting yourself will skyrocket your business. So we have an ISA department here. Sam heads up our ISA department, and he's constantly making calls. The new leads that come in and everything else, he's constantly making those calls for us, removing another 4 or 5 hours per transaction from my agent's plate. So getting it down to where you're only spending 3 to 5 hours is where we've got it now per transaction. If the agents utilize the leverage, or you utilize your leverage at your brokerage, or what you could if you're starting a team do. So anyway, I hope this was, I know this was a long video. I'm sorry, I should cut this in like half. But I thought it was super important, and I don't mind doing it. So the nice thing is with this video, if you hated it, or you got super bored, you can either delete the email or just hit stop on the video. So anyway, I hope you have a great day. If you have any questions on any of this stuff, just email me. I usually answer my emails end of day or sometimes around lunch if I get 5 minutes. So I'll get to it if you send me an email or question. Okay? Have an awesome day, and thanks for listening to this long ass message. Goodbye.